What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. So we're back today for another video. Now before we begin, a couple things here. This is my Twitter page and also some information about voting. Guys, we're only 5 days away. 5 hours and 41 minutes. November 3rd is the day of the election. However, quick prediction is going to be delayed, guys, okay? With everything going on with the mail-in ballots, them being misplaced, getting tossed out, having to count everything, it's going to be a roller coaster at this point. So all the information is here. Locate your polling place, find early voting, locate a drop box, get your ballot information, check your registration, register to vote, vote by mail, get election reminders, pledge to register, become a worker. And depending on which state you live in, you got your election deadlines, your dates, your rules, and this is about basically it. So if you guys need information, this is your website, vote.org. Also, they have a phone number. If someone is trying to stop you, call the hotline. So there you go. All right, next thing you got here is Twitter page. In case you guys are not following me, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click on the follow button. I post here on a daily basis. I got my gym stuff. When I get dividends, I post it here. And Pokemon obviously is trending. I found a box. If I find cool stuff, I post it here. But yeah, comments, concerns, questions, suggestions, leave it here and I'll respond to you guys as soon as possible. All right, let's continue. Alright guys, so I gotta be honest with you guys. It's been a rough day today. Rough day today, rough day yesterday, rough week with the markets. Dow futures rise 100 points after Wall Street worst sell-off in months. So markets have been down. Dow sinks more than 900 points for its worst drop since June amid rising bug cases globally. Guys, the bug is back. And from what I have here, it's not looking too good, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. It does not look good. All right, so let's go over what has been going down. The move in futures comes off after a sharp sell-off during Wednesday's session that extended Wall Street to losing streak. The Dow lost 934 points, or 3.4%. That's not a joke, guys. It's fourth straight negative day and worst loss since June 11th. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite suffered a slightly larger loss at 3.7% after advancing modestly in the prior session, marking its worst performance since September 8th. So yeah guys, it did not look good today. Most of your portfolios were probably in the red. Now you had some stocks that did pretty good. I'm going to go over at the very end here some stocks that did well and the ones that got hit the hardest. But yeah, the futures it's saying is going to be up, which is very bizarre, very strange, unless some information comes out that we don't know about at the moment, but some insiders know. Now, here's why things are very interesting, guys. France, Germany set to impose lockdown measures as the bug surge. Both countries announced new restriction on business Wednesday to mitigate the spread of the bug. French President Emmanuel Macron announced France will go into its second national lockdown of the bug starting Friday. Non-essential business like restaurants and bars will close, and residents will be required to remain in their homes except when going out to buy essential goods, seek medical attention, or exercise. Does that mean gyms are going to be open, guys? People need the gyms, but it doesn't really specify here. If anybody lives in France, can you guys let me know how much is this being enforced? Because I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Depending on which state you live in the US, things aren't really enforced, right? I went to Cali. I'm in the East Coast. I'm not noticing a whole lot of strict enforcement. You go shopping, nobody's got a mask on, no one says anything. Because obviously you hear all these stories about people going crazy once they get approached. Nobody wants to get hurt. We're trying to be safe. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said restaurants, bars, cinemas, and other facilities will shut down for 4 weeks starting November 2nd. So there you guys have it. I told you guys. Once things get shut down, guess what? They're going to keep it shut down for as long as they can. It's like I said, depending on how you look at it, a lot of people are struggling. What they're going to do, I have no idea, but something's going to have to get done. Are they going to have more packages, more stimulus deals? We'll have to wait and see. But once they start, you give them an inch, they take a mile with it. And people struggling, and these guys are going to get paid either way, right? The leaders, they get paid either way. So what's the incentive to get things opened up? Not a whole lot. All right, let's continue on here. All right, Macron said the restrictions will be in place until December 1st. So it looks like Macron, leader of France, is going to have restrictions in longer. Under the new restriction, non-essential business like restaurants and bars will close, and residents will be required to remain in their homes except when going out to buy essential goods. Medical attention or exercise people will also no longer be able to travel between regions of the country. Schools and places of work will remain open, and retirement homes will still accept visitors. I can't imagine what it must be like if you had a family member in a region that was nearby. You have to drive to visit them, they have to come visit you, medical care, all that stuff, and now you can't. Like I said, I don't know how much things are going to be enforced in Europe, but these are not good signs. Germany has confirmed more than 464,000 cases and more than 10,000 deceased. Cases began to triple in the first week of October, and the country is now averaging more than 10,000 cases per day. Absolutely out of control, guys, and once the holiday comes, oh my goodness, we're going to be in for a bumpy ride. Now, everybody's favorite publication, CNN, France and Germany announce partial lockdowns. This was released today. So this confirms what I was telling you guys earlier about the lockdowns here. Like I said, I like to get multiple sources just to see if it's true or not, but it looks like Europe is going to go in a lockdown. And France's lockdown until December 1st is a minimum, according to Macron. So this could obviously be much longer. I'm guessing, prediction, it's probably going to be much longer, guys, okay? This thing is not going to end anytime soon. All right, French hospitals on the brink. Obviously, the hospitals are slammed. France's hospital system will not hold without radical measures. Adding that hospitals are struggling with lower numbers of medical personnel compared with the spring's peak. Okay. And let's see. Merkel announcement came after a meeting with leaders of Germany's 16 federal states to discuss the country's spike in cases, which has seen the state of Bavaria and Frankfurt introduce restrictions that range from curfews to localized lockdowns. I'm telling you guys, you thought things were getting bad, they're probably going to get much worse. Just a prediction. Let's continue on here. The lockdown that felt like it might last forever has finally ended. Australia's second largest city, Melbourne, emerged from its 111-day hibernation with a mix of euphoria and caution. Guys, this is from the New York Times. Reputable agency, right? 111 days Australia was shut down, guys. This is not something that's made up, this is fact. 111 days shut down. I'm not the best at math. Let's just say 30 days in a month times 4, 120. So almost about 3.5 to 4 months Australia was shut down, right? And now they just started opening back up. And like I said, thousands of stores, cafes, restaurants, and beauty salons opened their doors for the first time in months. And just to mention, guys, I have been watching a documentary on the stock market crash of the 1920s. And what's happening now with everything here is very, very similar to what happened with the market crash of the 20s. Like I said, it was a global slowdown that led to things, and I don't know how we're going to come back from this, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. Cafes, restaurants, beauty salons, those are thousands of jobs that people need. And like I said, at some point there will be recovery, but who knows for how long, especially with all this. You got people who are getting their checks, right? They're getting checks, but at some point, these checks aren't unlimited. They're going to have to stop at some point. And like I said, schools, our kids going to have to stay at home. Parents got to watch the kids. I doubt parents want to hire a babysitter, right? Do you want to have some random person come to your home? Probably not. So, like I said, we're going to be going through an interesting next couple of years, especially with these lockdowns. And different countries are handling this thing differently. Europe is doing its own way, and we'll see what happens in the U.S., guys. I mean, all these things that I'm showing you guys, we're probably going to have some variation at some point in the U.S. Okay. The bug sets record case numbers across the U.S. as White House suggests the crisis is over. The U.S. has counted a record 500,000 new cases in the past week, and hospitals and isolated areas of the Midwest are rapidly filling. So in the beginning, the Midwest really wasn't hit that hard, but now it is starting to catch up rapidly according to what we see here. Let's see what else we got here. The White House in a press release wrote ending the bug in bold capitalized letters as one of the administration's achievements during Trump's first term. Okay, let's see what else we got here. There is no metric that points to the U.S. being anywhere close to ending the bug. Actually, we are trending in all the wrong directions and are in the middle of a bug storm. Downplaying the bug is really dangerous because letting our guard enables the bug to spread much more. Okay. And if you guys have been watching Trump's rallies, watching the highlights of it, he repeats the same thing over and over again everywhere he goes. That's just kind of how he operates. And he keeps mentioning how it's under control, we're doing fine. But the numbers, I'm not so sure, reflect that. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But like I said, I think Trump is trying to appeal more to people who want to leave the economy open. Because if he comes out saying things are bad, we have to shut down, then he's going to basically alienate a lot of people who want to vote for him, because a lot of people do not want things shut down. They want to have the ability to go buy stuff and let businesses decide to shut things down or not. Biden's kind of a 180. He wants to, based off what we saw in the debates and what he's been saying, he's more open to shutting things down, and I'll put my money that it's more likely that Biden would shut things down over Trump. I'm just guessing, guys, right? But that's probably the way we are trending. Oil drops more than 5% to 3-week low as bug cases surge, and Biden has had a negative view on oil. He has been against fracking, all that stuff. So oil industry, I'm not putting a penny more into oil, because whatever happens, we gotta wait and see, because Biden might come in, do a whole bunch of regulations, and oil might just completely get crashed. So that's just my prediction. Again, we'll have to wait and see. However, one thing that is, we don't need no ads. Continue without support. Let's go. Okay. Ford is coming back out of nowhere, guys. Consumers buy up trucks during the bug. That is interesting. Those trucks are pretty expensive, guys. I mean, they're nice, but they're very, very pricey. I guess people are buying them up, though, so go figure, huh? However, Ford stock jumped more than 7%, and it closed at $7.70. I do not own Ford stock. I don't plan on buying Ford. I don't own automotive stocks for the most part, only Tesla. Disclaimer, I'm long Tesla, not finance advice, not investing advice, but that's the only car-related stock that I own at the moment. I didn't even put a whole lot into it, just experimenting a little bit. Dow sinks more than 900 points for its worst drop since June amid rising bug cases globally. Okay, we're confirming that. Washington delays stimulus. The Fed is running out of ways to help the economy. So this is an important point, guys, right? The Fed printed a ton of money back in April, March, May, June, July. They pumped in a ton of money to try to keep this thing going. But like I said, you can't print money forever. Here you go. Expiration of the 2.2 trillion CARES Act. All these things are going to be coming to the head pretty soon here, unless something gets passed, which, based off what I'm seeing, guys, I don't think these guys are going to reach a deal. I think they're on vacation. They're probably on vacation again. They're always on vacation. But I don't see a deal being passed anytime soon. If something does get done, it'll probably be after the election. And by that point, we'll see how the market reacts to it. But it's a lot of unpredictability. Like I said, we've been down the whole week. And look at this. The futures, it shows in the green, guys. It says we're going to be up tomorrow. So, of course, things can change any moment. But this is what we have to work with at the moment. Okay. And there you go. See, we were down. Whoops. We've been down for the week. S&P is okay. We've been down basically. That's what I'm trying to get at. Now, the last thing, specific stocks, how they have been doing. This is from Market Insiders, and as you guys can see, S&P 500 top gainers. Few stuff were in the green. I mean, some pretty well-known names, but you got some big losers as well, guys. I mean, look at this: 11%, 10%. Carnival Cruise, not one of my best investments. Disclaimer: I am long Carnival Cruise, but the struggle is real. Who wants to go out in the middle of the ocean and be stuck, right? I don't blame them. And the Dow Jones, here you go, guys. Look at this. The Dow Jones, even the best of the stuff, best stocks were still down. So that's kind of where we're at today. Nike, Boeing, Apple, Visa, Microsoft, all down. So if these are names that you are interested in, now might be a time to kind of keep your eyes on it and find a point where you're comfortable with a number and just keep your eye on it, right? That's what I would look into personally. I have a few of these names I'm looking at, but right now, a lot of turbulence. I'm just kind of waiting it out to see what happens. All right, guys. So hopefully that helps you guys understand what happened today. And Johnson & Johnson as well got hit. And there you go, Procter & Gamble. These are well-known names. So keep your eye on the market. We're going to go through a lot of turbulence. Some countries are going to have more lockdowns. The economy is obviously going to be affected, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with the elections. If Biden wins, most likely some kind of shutdown may come. If Trump wins, not likely we're going to have shutdowns. But states can do their thing, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's from today's video. As always, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. And if you like the video, don't forget to like. Until next time, peace.